Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Isola issue 2 from Image Comics 2018. Story by Brandon Fletcher and Carl Kerschel. Art by Carl Kerschel and Mazak. Letters by Aditya Bidikar. Now we pick up not long after we left off from the look of it. Olwen the cat and her guard are walking through the mountains, and the tiger appears to be either lethargic or tired and starts seeing these hallucinations of a island or something, and it lays down, and the guard lady thinks that maybe it's sick or just needs food, so she finds some ruins and decides to go look in them. She tells the tiger she'll be back shortly, and she goes into the ruins where she meets a young girl, tries to make friends with her, gives her some food, but then a man comes along and frightens her off. And the man apparently knows the girl. His name is Bendix, and he calls her Rook. I don't know if her name is Rook or it's short for Rookie. Regardless, the cat wakes up and meets that weird guy we met in issue 1, and his name is Moro, so he seems really odd and sinister in my opinion. Anyway, Bendix and Rook are down in the ruins of one of these buildings, which looks like a library. She asks about maps or useful books, and he says, nah, have a drink, I don't care about any of that, take whatever you want. Then he kind of comes on to her, but before things get too weird, they are attacked by some wolves. Rook manages to get out of there with a book. I'm not going to tell you how, and she comes back to the campsite to find a scavenger, and the tiger's missing, and she thinks this guy did it, but he's got a lot of friends, which kind of jump up on her. Alright, now, overall, this was actually a really good issue. The art style is growing on me. It's got a real anime look, like Disney animation look, that I generally don't like, but it works pretty well for the story. I think this actually would be better in trade paperback format. I kind of wish they had gone straight to that. I think it works better for the storytelling that they're trying to do here, but it is pretty good. It was a lot of fun to read. $4, that's about right. That was okay for $4. I was fine with that. So I think the price point's fine. The art's pretty good for the style that it's in. The story is pretty simplistic, really. It's not an all ages book. There is some sexual innuendo, and it is fairly violent at times. Not overly gory, but gory enough that anybody under teenage years probably not appropriate for. So I would recommend this one. I thought it was pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to pick up issue 3. I think this story arc is only 5 or 6 parts long, so we're going to find out more about what happened with the tiger in the next issue as the paths of the two main characters diverge, and we're focusing on the tiger this time. So it should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it. I actually really like the paper quality on this too. It's pretty good, shockingly. Not used to that, but I would recommend this one. I thought it was pretty fun. It's not an action story, and the action scenes are a little bit disjointed, but I'm okay with it. It leaves your mind to interpret that. If you're looking for a story as opposed to an action book, this one has a pretty interesting story. It's not a deep story, but it is a story nonetheless. It was a pretty fun read. So if you get a chance to check it out, I recommend it. First issue's been through at least 2 printings. You should be able to find that one, and you could probably find it relatively cheap, at least cover price. I think you could probably find it for a little under that even. But that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you liked the video, hit like. If you like what we're doing here, consider subscribing, and we hope to see you on the next one.